Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is I won't even say this is my review. Y'all know how I have that love-hate relationship with the Kardashian Jenner clan. Well, I do watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I always have. And I watched today's episode, and I was like, am I going to review today's episode or no? And I came to the conclusion, yes, you are going to review today's episode. Today's episode was about three different things. One, Kendall and that Pepsi commercial, Caitlyn Jenner in general, and Khloe and Tristan. And this is how I feel about the Kardashians. I think they are great women. I also think they're media whores. I think there's a balance between the two. If I had to say either of them or any of them was my favorite or the ones I dislike the least, I dislike Khloe the least. But at the same time, Khloe currently gets on my nerve because she always have her lips perched like this. And it aggravates my soul. It really, really does. I miss the regular Khloe who didn't used to perch her lips like that. So, watching this episode and, seeing how this is, I'm going to go kind of topic by topic. That's why I said this is not really a review. It's more of a how I feel. Y'all know how I be sometimes. I feel like they're going to use this season to completely bash Caitlyn Jenner. I can see it as far as the eyes can see and it seems like Kris Jenner and Kim has the most disdain for Caitlyn. Now, as I said before, I have not read Caitlyn's book. I don't plan on reading Caitlyn's book. I don't plan on reading any book any of them ever write. I'm just not that girl that's into them like that. However, for them to say how they don't really fuck with Caitlyn like that, why do they want Caitlyn to tell them stuff like that? Because, in the episode, they talk about how they are upset. Well, one part that they're upset about is because Caitlyn did not let them know that she had gender reassignment surgery. Meaning she turned her dick into a pussy. Let's be honest. Y'all don't fuck with her like that. You know what I'm saying? Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Kris, y'all don't fuck with her like that. It's evident. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes when parents separate and the person who was the father turns into a woman, that's a whole bunch to deal with. I completely get it. But this has been a transition that's been happening for the past 2 years, maybe 3 years. It ain't new no more. It was new when Bruce first came out saying at that point that he was transgender. Currently, Caitlyn Jenner is female. You know what I'm saying? So, to see Kris calling, when Khloe called Kris to see how she was doing, trying to make her laugh, and Kris is crying. You crying because you was the last one to find out that your ex-husband, who was now a woman, got gender reassignment. And my thing is, if she told you she was a woman and y'all are no longer together, what she do with her penis or her coochie ain't got nothing to do with you. If Corey at the crib doing whatever to your coochie, that ain't got nothing to do with Caitlyn. You ain't got to call Caitlyn and let Caitlyn know what you're doing. No, you do not. Y'all are no longer married. As long as she talks to her children, the ones that she is acting in contact with. Because as you see, she's not close with Khloe, Kim, and Kourtney anymore. You see a separate scene where Kendall says, well, Dad told us that she was having the surgery before the book came out. So my thing is, Caitlyn did what she was supposed to do. Caitlyn told her children who she are in contact with what she had going on. The fact that you four, meaning Khloe, Kim, Kourtney, and Kris, found out about it in the news, so what? Okay? I'm pretty sure Khloe ain't calling Caitlyn to talk about how she moving to Cleveland with Tristan. I'm pretty sure Kim ain't gonna call I'm trying to make sure I use the right pronouns. I'm pretty sure that Kim is not going to call Caitlyn and tell her how she got a surrogate. Pretty sure about that. I'm pretty sure that Chris ain't calling Caitlyn about nothing. And I know for a fact that Courtney ain't calling Chris, isn't calling Caitlyn about not fucking with Scott no more. My thing is, y'all cannot want Caitlyn to check in with y'all every time she makes a decision about her life. She is separate from y'all now. She has a book. If she wants to say in her book she had gender reassignment and that's her truth, let that lady live her truth. Let her live her truth now. Y'all don't fuck with her like that. And my thing is, she is keeping in contact with the children who are keeping in contact with her. You know what I'm saying? She is keeping in contact with her biological children. And she's not wrong for that. You know, at all. But my thing about it, too, is also Kim. Your monkey ass is upset because the first time you was upset, I think it was last season, was because of things that you said that she said about your mom. And granted, you can be upset with anyone speaking ill will about your mother. But again, you have to realize that when people are married and they are parents, they go through things that you have no idea about and that your mother might not have told you about. I'm pretty sure that my mom and my dad had whatever stuff they didn't tell us because we were children. And even though we are now adults, it's still none of our business. Okay? So if today's episode, when they were showing how Caitlyn put in her book that Robert Kardashian knew that, felt that OJ was guilty, but he still went to do the trial. Now, the part that I found weird, it was in the book when they were quoted, it was quoted as saying Rob Kardashian did it to get back at Kris Jenner. That part, I don't know. But everyone saw the live court hearings when OJ was found not guilty, and Robert Kardashian was the only person on the defense team who looked shocked. And not shocked as in, I thought we lost his case. Shocked as in, he did it. How could y'all not have him as guilty? So it ain't no doubt in my mind that Robert Kardashian, after working on the case, after hearing the evidence, was like, damn, OJ did it. You know what I'm saying? And he just stayed on the case to do whatever he did to do it. But to act like, you know, our dad didn't say that. Y'all don't know, because at the time that happened, y'all were children. So I'm pretty sure your dad wouldn't have told you, Kim, Courtney, Chloe, OJ's innocent. Okay, he didn't have that conversation. I know that because I was too young to even know about what was really going on there. So I'm knowing Robert didn't pull y'all to the side and have a conversation with y'all. And so my thing is, but you also have the right to not want Caitlyn to speak on your father who has since passed away. I completely get that. But I think sometimes we have to understand our parents had lives too. And them passing away doesn't take away the memories that their other family and other friends have with them. But, you know, Kim, Chloe, Courtney, and Chris, y'all just irk my nerve. And I feel like they're going to use this whole season to bash Caitlyn no matter what Caitlyn does. And the bad part about it is, y'all forget Caitlyn is still Kendall and Kylie's dad. So as much as y'all want to protect your mother and your father, that is your sister's father. So my thing is, whatever feelings you have about that man should not be on camera. It should not be on camera. Because you are, in one way or another, making Kendall and Kylie have to choose between being pissed off at y'all or being pissed off at their dad. Because my thing is, if you on camera saying that my dad is a liar and a piece of shit and all this, I have an issue with you. Because my thing is, you shouldn't put that out in the atmosphere about my father. If I feel that about my father, I wouldn't even put that out in the air. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all really on here like just talking about how shitty of a person that Caitlyn is, as if she doesn't have kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying so hard to protect the Kardashian name. Your sisters are Jenners. You know what I'm saying? Your sisters are Jenners. Your sister's father is Caitlyn. Why wouldn't y'all just leave that out? Just leave that part out. So that pissed me off about the whole goddamn episode. Kendall and this Pepsi commercial. The fact that Kendall is on TV crying as if her career is over because of this. And let's be honest, that scandal went on for a couple of weeks and then it was over. And there are other things in life to be crying about than a goddamn on Pepsi commercial that went wrong. And then again, Kim and Kendall talking like, we need to make sure Caitlyn doesn't say anything, say the wrong thing. So when Kim calls Caitlyn, they have that discussion over what to say. Caitlyn ends up saying something as far as to how Kendall had read the script beforehand and she knew what the script was. I didn't take that as Caitlyn saying, yeah, Kendall saw it and Kendall knew how bad it was going to be and she didn't care. She said it in the aspect of she saw it beforehand and she didn't see anything wrong with it. And the funny part about that is that's the same goddamn thing Kendall said. I trusted the people. I did it. I didn't think anything was wrong with it until it came out and I saw the responses and the comments from other people. That's when I said, oh, yeah, something is wrong. So, Kendall, you can't play like you had no idea what the commercial was about. And I can't believe that Caitlyn would say that I read it beforehand. But you did, because you did the fucking commercial. You just did not see anything wrong with it at the time with your white eyes. Because you didn't get how it would seem insensitive to say a fucking can of Pepsi or a fucking can of Pepsi could stop a riot. And it can't. So that pissed me off. Because I'm like, y'all again are villainizing Caitlyn for little things. Little things. Things that y'all self say. Because you said verbatim, I knew that Beyonce had worked with him, Michael Jackson had worked with him, all these other artists before me had worked with them, so I trusted what they did. I saw it and I didn't see anything wrong with it until it came out and I saw everyone else's reactions. You said the same thing that your father said, but you said it in a different way, but it meant the exact same thing. So my thing is, I feel like on certain levels, because Kim was the one talking to Kendall and was saying, I just can't believe he would say something. I can't believe she would say something when we told her not to. Y'all did not tell Caitlyn to not say anything. Y'all said leave it to this little thing of, you gave her something little to say. But again, she not in y'all clan anymore. You can't control her anymore. And to be like, Caitlyn just doesn't mesh with who we are. Bruce didn't mesh with who y'all were. Everyone said that Bruce was always the oddball out with y'all family. It always seemed like he was the one on the outside looking in within them. Now that Bruce is Caitlyn is just more free to do whatever the fuck she wants to do. And my thing is, if you're going to completely wash your hands of her as a person and say y'all don't want to be involved with her because of how she is, that's completely fine. But y'all can't then sit there and pick her apart, bit by bit, book line by book line, as if, y'all are fucking perfect. And then like, well, she let me read the book and it wasn't the final copy. Okay. She let you read a draft of her book. So what that she didn't let you read the final draft? And then they'd be like, well, she said it, it was nothing about me, but it was about my dad. Technically, your dad is not you. Okay? And if your dad had a conversation with someone else and they then put what your dad said or thought or whatever, you can't make it so personal. Because everyone who watched the OJ trial, whether it was live or whether it was that special, felt like Robert Kardashian knew OJ did it. Come on now. That's okay. Hell, everybody think OJ did it. So what's the difference? So, I just feel like on some levels, Kim is talking to Kendall about her father in a negative way. And Kendall ain't shit for not checking Kim and saying, look, that's my dad. Just leave it alone. I'll handle it my own way. I don't need you bad talking my father. Because it's making the kids pick sides. And I think that is some bullshit to have to do. And I just don't think that's right. I think that's crazy. So, that part pissed me off. Then we had, one thing I forgot to mention. So we're going to ignore the fact that Kendall had her lips on? Them not Kendall real lips. Kendall has Kylie lips now. They're not as big as Kylie's, but no one could tell me that was a lip liner. No, her lips were more plump. She got her lips done. I don't know if it was a permanent thing or if it was a temporary thing. I didn't feel like Googling or Snapchatting or trying to find her on whatever social medias to see how her lips look now. In this episode, her lips were bigger. And now that you remember, either last season or 2 seasons ago, when she was like, I would never get my lips done. You have bigger lips, boo-boo. You have Kendall, you have Kylie's first set of lips. Okay? Anywho. Tristan and Chloe and all the girls going to Cleveland. First of all, people down in Cleveland walking around in furs and boots and walking down the street like it's a runway. So let's not act like y'all are in Cleveland having a regular Cleveland day. 2, let's not act like, y'all, oh my God, it's so cool. We can be here. No paparazzi. We're just, no one can notice us. Everyone notices y'all because y'all walking down the street in fucking fur coats like it's a goddamn gone runway with a camera crew yelling, Kim K! Yeah, Chloe. That's the kind of shit that people in Cleveland probably don't even want. When you live in any other city, probably state, besides California and New York, maybe Florida, because Miami. But when you are in Cleveland, no one is checking for nobody in Cleveland. That's probably why Tristan lived there, because it's so subdued and chilled out. My thing is, if you wanted to give them a regular day in Cleveland, y'all should have been in regular clothes. And I don't mean regular as in not fancy, but y'all did not have to be walking down the street in fur coats. That's just my personal opinion. Anywho, I like Tristan and Chloe together. I think they make a cute couple. Chloe pouting her lips all the time pisses me off. That's really it. Kim and Courtney feeling like, oh, I can't believe she wants to move here. It's kind of unreal. Grow the fuck up, okay? You and Kanye didn't live between LA and New York. Y'all have kids. Courtney, you have 3 kids with Scott as a baby father. Let Chloe live her best life. And if the man that she loves lives in Cleveland, let her be in Cleveland. It was a very nice house. I don't see how Kim said this house would make me think someone's coming to kill me. They almost killed your ass in Paris. So that was a dumb remark to make. Anywho. But yeah, they get on my nerves. All of them. All of them get on my nerves for different reasons. I just wish the show wasn't a let's bash whoever is no longer around. And then when you saw, like, was it Malika? Either Malika or Khadijah, one of the damn twins, who was talking to Chris on the phone trying to console her. I'm like, was this your moment to have a scene? Like, are you really talking to her like, it's okay, her talking to to Chris baby, man. I'm looking like, because I kept feeling like, Chris, why are you crying? Y'all been over for a while. Like, been over. And I get it takes time to get over a divorce, especially when the man you were married to has become a woman. I get that it's hard. But my thing is, y'all have been over for a minute. Caitlyn told you she was a female, that she was transitioning, and a part of that is reassignment surgery. You have moved on with a new man, so why are you in bed crying because your ex-husband, who is now a woman, did not tell you that she was getting reassigned? It was a bunch of bullshit. I just, it just irked my goddamn nerve. And then when Tristan's friend was like how Kevin Durant, was texting him about dating Courtney. Really? Did he know? Did you say it on camera? I really wonder. But, that's my review of tonight's episode, because that's basically all it was. It was a bunch of, bullshit upon bullshit upon bullshit. I am going to watch the rest of the season. I do not know if I'm going to review every episode. It depends on how much they make me mad. The upcoming season, it does look interesting. I just needed to not be a let's bash Caitlyn every chance we get show. I don't want to see Chris crying over Caitlyn Jenner. I don't. I think it's over that. I don't want to see Kim speaking negatively about Caitlyn Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner's children, because that's stupid. The same way you would. How would you feel if Kendall and Kylie talk shit about y'all daddy? Okay, how would that feel? You wouldn't like that shit, would you? So I need that to end. So other than that, that's my review. So until next time, I will see you guys tomorrow. I think I have 3 shows to review tomorrow, maybe 2, can't remember. But I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Until next time, people. Peace.